Sabado ng hapon na naman, ibig sabihin kwentuhang basketball na naman tayo dito sa Idol Talk. Mag-umarjan po ang iyong likod. Kasama natin syempre, Jut Sulit and RD Rico Navarro. Jut, how has your week been so far?
It's been nice. Syempre, no, nakakapaganda na tayo ng konti mag-uwid. The return of basketball dito sa Pilipinas, naantay natin yan kasabay nung mainit na action, of course, in the global scheme of basketball. Pero buong linggo ko na rin inaantay yung kwentuhan natin kasama ang idol natin ngayon. RD Rico, ikaw naman po, kamusta linggo ninyo? Hindi po
RD,
namin
nakamute?
kayo, Oo, RD. Ayan.
Check yan. Okay na okay. Great weekend with the playoffs ng NBA. Tapos yung good news, no? The PBA bubble coming soon. So yun ang kumbaga lift ng spirits because again, the comeback or rather the return ng PBA is one of the highlights of the sports scene. Without it, wala yung Pinoy sports, so to speak.
And just for clarification, we've been saying October 9. Na-move po, pero 2 araw lang naman. October 11 po, couple weeks time, may PB na ulit tayo mapapanood. Araw-araw po yan. Pero Jat, ikaw na nagbanggit. Sobrang everybody looking forward to dito sa ating magiging guest ngayon dahil hindi lang natin idol pa ng mga iba nating naging idol ang makakakwentuhan natin ngayong hapon dito sa Idol Talk, of course, presented by the MVP Sports Foundation Incorporated, the MVP SF Youth League, chairman natin syempre, MVP Manny V. Pangilinan, President Al Panlilio, Executive Director Ryan Gregorio ng MVP SF, and Community and Sports Youth Development Program Director Attorney Oscar Moreno Jr., in partnership with the SBP, the Cebu Landmasters Incorporated, the City of Cagayan de Oro, and of course, Cebu City, empowered by SMART. Jat, yung magiging bisita natin. Idol ng mga idol natin. I think lahat na tayo mula nung lumalaki tayo, nakabitaw tayo ng mga tirang sinisigaw pangalan niya. Kung sa NBA may Kobe, dito meron ding Don.
Oo, pero grabe ka, pinatanda mo na sobra. Sabi mo, idol ng mga idol. Parang ninuno ng mga ninuno yung sasabi mo eh.
Pero RD Rico, kung kami dito sa Manila, grabe yung paghanga. Uungkatin natin as we go along. Yung kanyang naging impact dyan naman po sa Cebu, RD Rico.
And it's ito yung pinakamalaking kumbaga one of the biggest heroes ng Cebu basketball, no? Again, lahat nasa Manila kasi enjoy lahat na kaya dito, especially the days of the CAA at that time, tapos NBA, yun yung talagang height ng regional basketball eh. Tapos yun talaga nakapasikat at nag-bloom ang career ni Don. So again, excited ako ngayon. Pakinggan natin mga kwento niya. I'm sure ang daming kwento niyan. Especially dito pa lang sa Cebu, puno-puno niya ng isang oras.
And without further ado, let's welcome to our live episode of Idol Talk number 7, Don Ontiveros. Akalain mo, ang scouting report, Idol Don, a below average high school player daw, pero naging 13-time PBA All-Star. Welcome to Idol Talk, Idol Don.
Thank you, Mogo, Jude, Federico. Tagalog tayo, no? So parang
yes.
ang feeling ko tuloy, ang sobrang galing ko kasi ang ganda ng mga introduction niyo sa akin. Kaso parang yung tanda.
Pero totoo naman lahat yun.
Oo, tsaka sa atin, medyo nag-aaral pa lang kami ng Bisaya ni Magu. Pero batiin mo na rin yung mga nanonood sa atin sa Cebu. Meron din tayong viewers from CDO. So feel free to greet them in Bisaya.
Ngayong hapon sa tanan nga nag-check karon live. Daghang salamat sa inyong suporta. Labi na sa kaning MVP Sports Foundation. Ako kanig natabang na ako. So nautunta nga mag-enjoy mo and safe mo karon. So amping mo tanan.
And Idol Don, bago natin balik tanawan yung mga pinagdaanan mo to get to this point, alam naman nating lahat na sitting number 1 councilor ka ngayon sa iyong distrito sa Cebu City. Kamusta ang eksena ngayon dyan? Nagkaroon kayo ng mga problema in the past, pero I think humupa na, maayos-ayos na kayo ngayon?
Well, alam ni Sir Rico yan. 2 months ago siguro we were number 1 sa pinakamaraming cases. Then 3 weeks ago, bumaba na siya. In fact, naka-assign ako, naka-share ka talaga ako ng NOAA. Assistant ako doon kay Attorney Joy Pesquera. So 2 weeks ago, bumaba na siya. umabot yata kami ng, kasi ano siya, isolation facility that can house 320 na positive cases. So 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, bumaba na siya to 60. So nakita talaga namin yung improvement na hindi natin nasabi na nawala, pero bumaba na talaga. Then siguro in-expect nila to na tataas ulit kasi yung binaba si Rico ba, 'di ba, to MGCQ.
Yes.
MGCQ. So umakyat ulit and supposedly may graduation kami ngayon pero alam naman nila na may interview. So naintindihan nila. So umakyat ulit ngayon yung cases, pero if you check it, yung cases na umakyat ngayon through the cases na sinwab, maliit yung or mababa yung percentage than it was a month or 2 months ago.
Yan. So, thank you for that update. At saka, syempre, Idol Don, sana maging mas maayos pa, no? Sana mag-improve dyan sa lugar ninyo at sa buong Pilipinas din. We hope, of course, na mas maging maganda yung sitwasyon. Actually, sa buong mundo, no? With the pandemic that we're fighting. Pero nakakatuwa talaga na nakakakwentuhan natin yung mga idols natin dito nga sa Idol Talk. So, sabi mo nga, no, marami pong pinagdaanan. Medyo nabigyan tayo ng brief background ni RD Rico dun sa mga start ni Idol Dondon in playing basketball. And I think we have to dive into the very beginning. Idol Don, paano ka natuto mag-basketball? Sino nag-impluwensya sa'yo na matuto na maglaro?
Nakamute ata sigot.
No?
Hindi,
Para
nawala.
hindi natin
Yan ka na.
Yan.
Okay na?
Okay na.
Okay. Ngayon, okay na, no? So, siguro, 8 years old, I was already a PBA fan and binilan ako ng papa ko ng, i-open ko na lang to. Binilan ako ng papa ko ng sports magazine and I'm checking already on the PBA. I remember the first na maalala ko na number was, number 23, siguro 85 kung sinabi mo Michael Jordan, pero that was the year that Ricky Brown was really dominating the league. So I was his fan and yun, every year pinapanood ko na sila. So nakilala ko na and ang masasabi ko, I was a PBA fan since 8.
So ang talagang sinaunang naging idol mo, Idol Don, Ricky Brown. Hindi ka naman pwede magkamali doon. Jat, ang galing nun. MVP yun.
Ganito pa yan tumira. 2 hands.
Pero shooter di ba?
Shooter,
Gusto ko mag-agree sa inyo, Magu, kaso pasensya na, hindi ko na kasi inabutan na napanood ko ng live si Ricky Brown.
Nako.
Pero, alam nyo, Magu, if you'll allow me, no, kasi talagang maraming nag-abang dito sa episode natin na kasama natin si Idol Dondon. In fact, meron tayong teaser video na nilabas, Kuya Don, na talagang hinipe namin kasi marami nga nag-aabang sa'yo na pumasok dito sa Idol Talk. And up to before we started this show, that video already had 17.3 thousand views. Ganon kadami yung naghintay. And I think we have to show that video again bago pa tayo pumasok into a deeper conversation sa naging takbo ng karera ni Kuya Dondon. Let's all watch this.
Dear Cebu, 7 pa lang ko katong naganahan ko mag-basketball. To be able to play the game that you love, then yun nga, na-compensated ka and the exposure na binigay sa amin ng Cebuana Lolier, malaki talaga yung pinagbago ng buhay ko. So,
Top wide defense on the pad with the ball.
One steal, then he will come up with a pass in a spectacular move. Sos Mariosep. Games, but in this particular play, he has not lost the beat. And this slam dunk by Dondon Antiveros. That slow-mo play was brought to you by...
Proud talaga ako kasi ang nagulat talaga 3 points niya. Sobrang galing niya po.
Advantage for me kasi yung mga ginagawa ko na rin, parang pro na rin ako. So, thankful lang ako kay Papa na binibigyan niya ako ng opportunity na sundan yung footsteps niya.
Pag nakita mo yung anak mo na nag-succeed, any field I guess, pero with the sport that you love and nagustuhan na rin niya, syempre sobrang proud. Pero nagpasalamat din naman ako in a way dahil doon ko nabibuild yung confidence ko ba yung sa pinakita niyang yung sinasabi na
nag-test ka
tough love
kasi,
ba.
right? Yung
Oo.
toughness
So
mo.
there were games na I wish sabi ko, pag hindi ito ma-shoot nito, naka-provide ako sa family ko, I was able to fulfill my dream, and from there, tuloy-tuloy na.
When you play a zone, you're going to leave a shooter open. You know, if you're in. Hudson Evans is open. The Cebuano hot shot with the biggest shot of the game.
Not everyone has the chance to make their hometown proud. So I'm grateful to everyone who worked hard to make it happen.
This is the game that Don needs to be able to build that confidence. For the Cebuano hotshot, and he is looking extremely comfortable out there. Pino lead stretched to 9 points with just a minute and 23 seconds to play. Don Hontiveros, 6 of 9 from downtown.
Ako po si Donovan Tiveros, proud ka Cebuana.
Norwood picking it off.
Ayan, ang video, ang dahilan kung bakit sobrang dami ang naghintay dito sa episode natin today, Magu.
And Idol Don, pag nakakapanood ka ng, and not just pieces of it, parts of your illustrious career, Idol Don, pag nakakapanood ka ng mga ganitong klaseng highlights, ganitong klaseng video package, sa mga na-contribute mo sa larangan ng basketball, inakala mo ba yan na nung 8 years old ka, nagsimula ka to pick up a basketball, hanggang nung dumating ka ng high school and you started playing organized basketball, inakala mo bang may reality ganyan ka hindi mangyayari?
Mago, hindi. No? I mean, no. I didn't expect anything like this. Siguro, dumating lang yung point siguro na, when I was in high school, or grade school, na ambisyon mo maging PBA player kasi yun nga yung pinakamataas, pero hindi ko inisip na umabot ng ganito. I think more on really trying to help the family. Hopefully, ito yung may alam ako na gusto ko gawin, and kung maabot ko to, it's really about trying to help the family. Pero yung may video.
And Idol Don, eto sinigurado ni Jat Sulit na i-point out natin. Don Bosco ka, nag-high school. Gustang ni Jat yan.
Yes, Don Bosco.
Kaklasiko yata yan si Kuya Don.
Pero high school basketball, varsity ba kagad, or was there, sinasabi nga na yung sa kwento mo, below average basketball player ka pa raw back then. Diretso ba varsity, nakapasok agad, o parang Michael Jordan, nakat muna ng second year, nakapasok ng third year? Paano ba kwento nito?
Clear ba ako? Clear, no? Okay na. Well, para siguro Michael Jordan kasi the first 2 years, hindi ganong katangkaran. And di ba si Rico, pag first year, second year high school, more on passerelle pa yan.
Passerelle mo na. Yeah.
14 and under, so hindi nakapasok. Intrams lang. Then third year, tumangkad konti, naging 5'8", pero hindi pa nagamit. Only on the fourth year, meaning the last year sa high school na nagamit, tumangkad, and nabigyan ng break. And from there, na-feel ko, pwede pala ako maglaro ng college. So yun yung parang naging break. Pero again, siguro yung drive, yung desire, nag-start siguro when I was in grade school, Magu. Kasi nakwento ko to, yun nga, may English subject, and 1989, I was a 12-year-old kid. 4'11 lang, 4'11. And where will you be, or what will you be by the year 2000, blah, blah, blah. Sabi ko, by then, I will be in the PBA. Naksiyabang, no?
Wow!
Okay.
Sakto naman. Sa year 2000 talaga.
Yes, 2000. Isipin mo, 12-year-old. So, syempre, ang nakakalam lang ako at saka yung teacher. So syempre may nakabasa, parang ganon, and siguro may mga bullying at kahit saan na level. So nabasa, sabi niya, uy, ikaw for 11, aabot ka yan, hindi ka nga makaabot ng high school or college. I use it as motivation, parang naging kaibigan ko yung nagsabi nun. Pero yun nga, yun yung parang nag-drive ba, nag-ano sa akin. Gusto ko talaga to.
Pero Don, you talked about yung ginamit mo motivation, kinuwento mo na rin yung growth spurt, but the actual work you put in, meron bang bago pa pumasok sa school, meron ng training after ilang oras sa isang araw, yung actual na work na kailangan mo ilagay just to give yourself a chance. Hindi mo pa nga sigurado kung makakarating para lang magkaroon ng pagkakataon.
Well, yun nga, tama naman yung sinabi yun na below average yung skills ko. Pero kung may height ka kasi, parang advantage So isipin mo, when I entered first year high school, 5'2" lang ako So gusto ko talaga tumangkad. And may pinsan ako na nagsa-start sa tennis that time. Sabi niya, may nakuha siyang booklet or ano. So religiously, I was following that for 3 weeks in a month. Ginawa ko siya second year or between second year, third year. So yung putting in the work, like you wake up 5 a.m., mag-stretch ka for 30 minutes, 8 p.m., mag-stretch ka ulit for 30 minutes, tapos dapat nakahang ka.
Yun yung tatanong ko, may urban legend sa Monkey Bars, totoo ba yun?
Yes.
Maglalambiting ka? Okay.
Aside also from the Senyang balls na tinry ko for 6 days or a week, ang pait talaga, pero ewan ko kung nakatulong yun kasi tinuod na Senyang balls.
Natakot ako dun kasi para yun ng panahon yan, may kaklase ko nung high school, tinesting yung growth balls na ganyan.
Okay.
Tumangkad naman ng 2 inches, kaso yung inch and a half sa leeg. Humaba yung leeg. Kaya hindi ko tinesting, pinanood ko muna siya. Ikaw, Jat, mo nabalitaan kang ganyan.
I tried it para ganun. And yun nga, yung chinning bar, hindi pa bar siguro yung hagdanan namin is kahoy. Tapos sa dulo niyan, may kahoy na parang sabit ba? So doon ako, isipin mo, kumapal yung dito ko dahil in-stretch ko talaga in the morning, in the evening. Kasi ang explanation nun, if nakatulog ka for 8 hours, that's sarap ng tulog sa gabi, perfect time to stretch kasi relax. Then sa gabi, syempre sa bigat daw ng ulo mo, magsisimula ka. Diba? Ewan ko, scientifically, it would, kasi kung mag-test ka height mo sa paggising ng umaga at sa gabi, may difference kasi bigat ng ulo mo So, in-stretch ako, ginawa ko yun. So, yun, nabigyan ako ng chance kasi tumangkad ako. But during the course of the day, may practice and siguro nakita to ni Sir Rico, may ring doon sa Don Bosco, Sir Rick. I don't know if pinakadulo, Sir Rick, na double, parang maguba, may ring, tapos may isa pang inner ring.
Yes, nakita rin.
So, doon ako nagpa-practice, parang ganon.
Masikip na ring.
Masikip na ring.
Kaya naman pala naging shooter
Gusto din maraming ring mago. So, kung hindi ka makashoot dyan, lipat ka lang ng isang court. Merong ulit mga senior sa'yo, hindi ka makagamit. So, lipat ka na maraming ring. And I guess, yun yung isang reason bakit ako nag-Don Bosco kasi maraming ring.
Arderico, nung nag-episode 1 po tayo, si Roger Pogoy ang guest natin. Kunento mo, high school pa lang, matunog na pangalan ni Roger, no? Tapos, kilala na siya. Ito bang si Idol Dondon, anong mga panahon po, nung high school ba, umaangat na rin talaga pangalan niya sa Cebu or was it just when he got to college?
Actually, it was more of, kung sa atin dito sa Cebu, more parang naging late bloomer si Dondon. It doesn't help also because yung Don Bosco at that time was not a very strong team. Average, they were there, but remember, some names lang to name a few, mga Coach Britre Roma, mga ganyan, yun ang kabats more or less kaedad ni Dondon Ontiveros at that time. No? So, yes, they were there. Kaya lang, pagkalaban mo kasi mga UV, mga UC na high school, mga gandang level na, medyo ang Don Bosco magiging nasa top 5, top 6 of the tournament. But at that level, sa Don Bosco, yun na nga yun. So, when compared to kumbaga, yung marquee players ng high school at that time, Dondon would be somewhere, if there was a ranking, parang I would assume nasa number 14, 15, outside of the, kumbaga, may mythical 10. But he was there for, Don Bosco talaga, definitely.
Masyado kang generous, sir.
Saan mo rarank sarili mo, Idol Don?
Maraming mga galing.
High school,
So, maganda na yung top 20. Sabihin na lang natin.
Yan.
Ganun. Generous masyado si Sir Rico.
Naalala mo pa kung sino yung mga dominante nung araw doon, nung panahon mo?
Aldrin Ocañada,
Yes.
Stephen Padilla, Alex Caillit, Jovenel Yu,
Pingkoy.
dami pang mga galing. Sila Webeser, di ba? Mas mga UC, UV, and maraming mga galing. So, sayang lang kasi siguro, parang ang tingin nila when they go to Manila, parang ang feeling kaagad nila is, hindi magagamit. Parang ganun. Some didn't even try. Parang ganun. So, parang,
pero ikaw hindi ka rin naman nag-Manila for college, nag-UC ka. You decided doon at that point na doon ka sa UC pupunta. What led to that decision na hindi sumugal sa Manila?
siguro kung hindi ako na-injured on an exhibition game, I don't know if Sir Rico remembered this na-injured ako. Ito, fracture forearm. Sa warm-up, na trying to dunk, nagyabang. So, lumipad, bumagsak, injured on an exhibition game. Kung hindi ako na-injured nun, siguro nag-try out ako sa Mapua at UST. Kasi tumunog yung pangalan ko and yung ball boy ng Alaska, si June Tabanas, I don't know if you know them, you know him, Mago, yung makulit na Bisaya sa Alaska. So, siyempre, sikat siya kasi nagcha-champion yung Alaska that time, di ba, Grand Slam, I don't know if it was Grand Slam, 96 or parang ganun. Sabi niya, oh, ikaw yung Hontiveros? Ganun siya, ball boy siya, tapos ganun. Gusto mo mag-try out sa Mapua? Kilala ko si Coach Joel Banal.
Yan.
Kilala ko si Coach Arek De Losario. Sabi ko, sige sir. Sige, sir pa ako, no? Tapos yun nga, na-injured, hindi ako natuloy. And I studied for a year sa San Jose and i-recruit sana nila ako. Then, the coach of UC called me na mag-try out. Parang formal lang, pero pasok na daw sa lineup. So,
anong taon to doon nung na-injure ka? Were you in fourth year high school?
Fourth year high school, yes. Ano na siya, second sem part, patapos na yung school year. So excited na ako and excited na mag-try out sa Manila kasi may ball boy na kakilala. Pero yun nga, na-injured.
No,
So,
Magu,
this was
at that
94,
time.
94. Yeah, 1994.
Kasi kuya doon at that time no, syempre hindi pa kasing advanced ngayon yung mga recovery sa injuries, yung mga programang pang-rehab, tsaka mga gamit. Was there a time na doon sa injury na yon na parang feel mo ang laki nung drain up nung stock mo ba? Or nung career mo?
Well, yun nga, tama yun. And also, wala kaming pera pang rehab. So, sa dagat lang ako. Kasi ito, hindi mo pa ma-stretch. So, sa dagat lang talaga na. Yun lang yung exercise ko sa dagat, sa Talisay. So, madaling araw, sasakay ka ng jeep, papunta ka ng Talisay, and maglaro ka doon. So, ini-exercise mo to doon. And lalo siguro akong nanggigil. I was out for 2-3 months. Lalo siguro akong nanggigil that I had to really, that summer, I had to really work hard and yun nga, try na makatry out sa isang university sa college and hopefully mabigyan ng chance. Pero late na ako nakaano, so intrams na lang yung nilaro ko 1995.
So doon, living embodiment ka na salt water cures all.
Yes, oo.
Di ba?
Yes,
Palagi ko sinasabi sa mga anak yun, kahit anong diferensya, magbabad lang, pwera lang ngayon. Ngayong summer, di nakapag salt water, pero basta magbabad lang sa salt water and good things will happen, di ba?
Agree ako dyan.
Ikaw, Jat, meron ka bang napagaling na sa salt water?
Wala eh. Pag nasa saltwater ako, nalulunod lang ako eh.
Rico. RD Rico, do you hear stories like this? Especially back then, sabi nga ni Jat, hindi pa ganun ka-advanced yung pang-recovery sa medical field, hindi pa ganun pa naman talaga katindi. Do you hear stories like this or have you seen stories like this?
Well, you're talking to somebody who's how much older than you guys, no? So lahat ng mga kwento ng mga nagaling sa parents natin, ganun talaga eh. It could start from a simple wound. Ano yung, kung may sugat ka, hindi yung open wound na kailangan ng stitches, no? Anong gagawin natin? Dito sa Cebu kasi ang lapit na ng beach. Punta ka sa beach, salt water, okay na yan. Kumbaga, parang betadine yan. Pagbalik mo, okay na yung sugat mo. So yes, tapos therapy din. Water therapy na kinikwento ko naman mga PT natin ngayon. yung dating water therapy, sa dagat ginagawa, pati yung mga drills na yan, sa kamay, sa lahat, leg work. So yun, totoo. In a way, yes, water therapy, of course, sa side namin, beach yan, so saltwater therapy.
I 100% absolutely believe in that. And I've lived it and I'm trying to pass it on to my kids. Ito si Jat lang nalulunod eh.
Kaya tinanong ako bakit daw maputi yung ngipin ko. And yung sikreto niyan, nung maliit pa kami, pag naliligo kami ng dagat, yung papa ko, kuha ng buhangin, ginaganon sa ngipin ko. Practice niya, Sir Rico, di ba? Ginaganon sa amin.
Parang ginagawang steel brush or di ba yung bato na ginagawang sabon. Hindi sabon yung
panghilod.
Panghilod.
Yun.
Kuya Don, so you were kind of setback a little bit by that injury, no? Sa forearm mo. Pero out of high school, hindi ka nakapag-try out dun sa Mapua and UST na-amaze ako kasi brand new information sa akin na muntikan ka na palang Mapua and UST, no? Pero were you still recruited by immediately out of high school? May mga kumakatok ba na schools from Cebu?
Wala na. Siguro doon na lang, sir. After yung sa Dipolog, Sir Rico, no, if you remember that, sir, doon na lang ako parang nabigyan ulit na pwedeng mag-try out for the national team kasi I think it was on my second or third year college sa UC na nakita nila ako na may potential kasi may 6'1" na siguro ako and playing the wing and nakalaban namin San Beda, nakalaban namin sila Jovi Sese and B-Boy Simon of University of Manila. Nakita, I think that was the league of the late Jolipa Sir Rico, no?
Yes.
Sa Dipolog. And I remember also, sa high school noon, ang pinakatunog noon si Renan Ritualo of San Beda.
Correct.
Kasi high school pa lang siya, nagda-dunk, parang ganun, pinapanood na namin. And ako, sabi ko, ang dami. College ako, tapos itong high school, ang gagaling. Paano namin ito makakaano, di ba? Ito na yung level of competition na behind na kami, parang ganun. So I was already researching the names, yung mga kalaban ko, and the names that popped up. Ralph Rivera, Atok Morano, Richie Milencio.
Puro bedista.
Yes, and sino pa yung mga kabatch yun? Yun yung sinusundan ko na sabi ko, if makaabot ako naman nila, I should be ready to play those guys, parang ganun. So tinitingnan ko na and yun nga, pag 1920 doon na lang ako nakilala because of that National League, PSSC yata, yun. Doon na ako nakita and I was asked to try out by the late Dong Vergere.
Yeah, that's true.
For 1997.
I'd like to share that, no? Yung time na yun kasi, yun yung time actually na malakas na ang San Beda pumuputang Manila at pumuputang Cebu with Coach Ato Badolato. In fact, that was the time, in 1995, if you remember doon, that Cebu hosted the Nationals. Di ba dati may Nationals Interschool?
Yes.
Yun yung Renan Ritualo days. Okay. Tapos Don Bosco ang that was the first Don Bosco team na lumakas sa Cebu. No?
Sila Senior Pida, no?
Yeah, Senior Pida, Pido, Canseco, and that group, no. So at that moment on, medyo na discover
Alcaraz, yung artista.
Yes, Marco Alcaraz played for Don Bosco at that time. So that was the opening of the doors nang nakita na yung mga, actually in fairness, yung mga Bosconian. Okay, because I have to mention Father Lang Giao, who is also a friend, who is the cousin of Coach Yeng Giao, first degree cousin, was the principal at that time, and pinupush niya talaga yung Don Bosco, which is known more for football than basketball. Plus yung college league tournament in Cebu. So I'd like to say that even for Don Bosco, doon lumaki yung basketball, no? Thanks to these guys like Britre Roma, Don Tiveros, John Michael Senierpeda, si Wendell Senierpeda, those guys playing for Don Bosco.
Ang tanong ko lang kay Idol Don, ba't naman di nyo inaya sa Bichi Coach Ato? Pero medyo nagkakulay yung legs ni Coach Ato Badolato naman. Pero syempre, legendary coach and everything. Pagka nakakalaban yung while you were in Don Bosco just sa Cebu, you have a program like San Beda of the legendary Coach Ato Badolato come in and sa bigay nga ng mga pangalan na yun, Don. Yung technology transfer, nararamdaman mo ba yung ibang level ng laro nila? May napupulot ba kayo sa kanila at that point?
Oo. I mean, advance sila how like kami, laro lang. Sila very systematic, and yun nga, nag-uusap sila. Sabi ko, ito pala talaga yung mga players, no? Advanced talaga yung training sa ano, and yun nga, I would say they communicate well, they prepared for a certain player, and I experienced that kasi nung naglaro na ako sa Manila, yun din, the year after yata, 97 na, or papunta, 97, yun naman sa Rizal Memorial, mayroon talaga silang scouting report. Alam na nila yung tendency ng players. For a college player, ikaw magugulat ka. Alam nila saan ka pupunta. Yung play nyo, alam. So, sabi ko, good ko na sila ka-advance. They really preparing their players para malimit yung touches, malimit yung effectiveness ng isang player. And ako, I was leading the team. So, makita mo, no, you really have to be prepared for those kind of teams. And yun yung nakita ko na, maganda yung nangyari namin. Dapat ito na yung paghandaan namin next year. If makabalik ulit kami doon, you really have to be prepared. Hindi yung pupunta ka lang na athletic ka, buo na kayo, iba pa rin yung preparations.
Well, Kuya, doon nakwento mo, no, na parang out of high school, hindi ka agad recruited, and sabi mo, third year ka nakapasok ng UC Varsity, if I got that correctly. May taon ba na...
Third year Don Bosco, pero sa UC...
third year Don Bosco.
UC on my second year sa college.
Pero nung first year, nasa team ka na rin, Team B.
Nasa ibang school ba? San Jose ba?
Oo
Ibang
nga.
school ako, from college, ibang school.
So, pag when you got to UC finally, kwento mo naman sa akin paano yung pag-angat mo as you grew to be the star of the team, and eventually nga, syempre, naging star ka ng Cebu when you played for the Cebu Gems.
I wasn't part of the first five. Alam ko kung sino yung first five, pero I remember again the very first game, hindi ako first five, and it was against Southwestern. Yung pinakamagaling doon si Ronald Saracho, who is in Zamboanga. Cesar Romero, counselor yata si Rico sa
Yes, sir.
Prosperidad. Ang gagaling nila. And hindi ako first five, so walang pressure sa akin. So nasa bench lang ako. Pero leading to that, the week leading to that, inahanda ko na sarili ko. So si Attorney Stenso, manager of Junmar Fajardo, our manager, narinig ko na siya. Siguro sa far end ako, sabi niya, yung kaposisyon ko, si Mario Suarez, mahala siya doon. Si Mario Suarez, staff ko na ngayon. So mala si Mario, ipasok mo yung Ontiveros. Narinig ko yun from Attorney Stenzo, siguro mga 5 seats, 6 seats. Sabi niya, ipasok mo na. So, papasok na ako. Pagdaan ko, gumanon siya sa akin. Ito yung words niya talaga sinabi. Ontiveros, pag open ka, tira ka. So, ganon. Kasi nakita niya ako nag-practice. Ganon yung ano niya sa akin. So, hindi nga kami nanalo nun, pero I think I scored more than 25 points first game. The very first game. So, biglang tumaas yun ako. Sabi ko, kahit talo ka, tininal ko yung pangalan ko sa newspaper. Oh, grabe, sikat to. Hindi ko parang gano'n. and na-follow up yan with another game na more than 20 points ulit.
Pero doon ang sarap naman nun, kauna-unang laro mo.
Yes.
Green light ka agad. Bala ka.
Parang gano'n. And
sarap naman nun.
Yun nga, parang, so, lipat mo na ako kasi unstable yung ano ko. Sandali.
Ikaw, Jat, meron na ba nagsabi sa'yo ng coach ng gano'n, Jat, kahit kailan?
Sabi sa akin, kahit libre ka, ipasa mo.
Okay
Yun
pa,
yung sabi.
Clear pa, no?
Yeah,
okay na doon.
Kasi parang ayan ito. So, naalala ko na when yun nga, kasi ako more on spot up shooter, then penetrator. Wala akong in between game. So wala akong pull up, walang isolation to So, sir, napapantoy Bohol Institute of Technology, sir, di ba?
Correct, BIT.
So, yung team na yun, Mago and Jut, talaga sila, one-on-one defense. As in, pag walang help, as in, tutok talaga ba? So, that game, hindi ako nagamit kasi wala akong skills to bring the ball down, parang gano'n.
Okay.
And
parang hirap isipin na yung Dondo na kilala natin, Jat, na dati, hindi pinapabayaan sa gano'n, hindi pa pwede.
So yun, and from that game, sabi na, nagulat na lang ako na hindi ako ginamit. And syempre, 18-year-old, magtatampo ka, bakit ka di ginamit? I guess it was natural for me dahil bata pa. Nagtampo ako sa coach and kinausap niya ako doon, kailangan mo itong ma-develop, wala kang ganito. And the weeks after that, I really tinatry ko talaga. And ang magaling sa amin, sila Jovenel Liu, sila Alex Kainglet, magaling sila mag one-on-one. So sila yung dinepensahan ko, sila dumepensa sa akin. Hanggat natuto ko na to bring the ball down, to handle pressure. And eventually, yun yung mga games na akala mo okay ka na, pero yung coach may nakikita sa'yo na you have to improve on, you have to work on. And so yun, and pangit lang kasi sayang, siguro dahil rookie ka, gusto mo maganda yung performance mo, stats mo on your first year, and nasira, naguba mo to sir kay, I don't know, I scored only 2 points, parang ganun ba? So from averaging 20 points, bang, bagsak ba? So nagtampo ako for a few days sa coach ko. Coach, bakit di mo ginamit? Di ba? Kahit okay naman ako, kahit hindi first 5, parang ganun. And yun nga, he explained that to me. And yun, naintindihan ko.
Don, when you were... go ahead, Magu, go ahead.
Hindi, sabihin ko lang, hindi kasi lahat ng 18-year-old tinatanggap yung ganong klaseng paliwanag o criticism. Di ba? Ayun yun eh. Parang hindi, magaling ako eh. Ganito, ganon.
Which is actually also what I was... I wanted to point out. Kasi kanina rin mag-usabi ni Don na may mga bullies na nagsasabi nung bata siya na yan pangarap mo makapag-PBA, hindi naman matutuloy yan eh. And you know, up to his collegiate years na umangat na yung pangalan niya, may mga doubters. At I'm guessing hindi mawawala yan, di ba Magu? Pagdadaanan talaga.
And it takes, I guess, for an 18-year-old to be mature enough to know na Don na kailangan mo talagang i-develop or you need to improve. Gaano kahirap tanggapin yun or sa'yo, yung personality mo, naintindihan mo kagad ba?
Hindi rin talaga agad natanggap Mago kasi after playing a few games, parang lumaki din yung ulo mo. Akala mo, ano ka na, magaling eh, di ba? Kahit pero feeling mo, yes, magamit ako at the end of games, di ba? Parang ganun. And to be...
di lalong matinding stretching ka sa gabi dahil mas mabigat na yung malaking ulo.
so yun yung parang hindi ko talaga maisip, sayang ko, sayang, parang ganun ba? I could have finished the regular season double figures kasi andali, pero to score 2 points, parang ganun, naka-frustrate. So, yun nga, nagtampo ka, tapos in-explain sa'yo, gano'n, okay, sige, dapat ma-improve talaga. So, yun, ginamit yun as tool to really improve and give yourself a chance na magamit pag makalaban mo ulit yung klaseng team na gano'n.
Don, for you, nagawa mo yun no? Yung mga bullies, nung mga sinabi ng mga bullies, yung mga times na feel mo, you deserve the chance but weren't given one. Nagtampo ka, yes, pero na-translate mo siya into something positive, into motivation para maging better. Now, a lot of young kids are watching us, right, na mga idolo ka, at baka may mga dumadaan sa ganito ngayon or pagdadaanan din nila yan sa career nila. If you could share lang, paano mo nagawang motivation, fuel to the fire ba, instead of something that would bring it would bring you down?
Partida pa kasi ngayon mas mabilis pang makarating yung ganong klaseng mga kuro-kuro because of social media. Nung kay Don sinasabi talaga sa iyo yung ganyan, no?
Well, siguro I mean, natural lang siguro si Rico na you feel good about yourself after playing those kind of games. Yun nga, alam mo magaling ka na. Pero yun nga, certain things will try, hindi naman will try, pero will humble you. And yun nga, those kind of games. Kasi pag masyadong malaki yung ulo mo, kailangan mo mag-stretch. Hindi ka na mag-improve eh. Hindi ka na mag-improve eh. Di ba? So, yun yung mga klaseng ganun. And when I went to Alaska, when I was traded to Air 21, sabi ko, naalala ko, nadaanan ko.
Nawawala yung audio ni Don.
Ito.
Yan.
So when I was traded to Air 21, siguro maraming magsasabi sa'yo na, uy, ang galing mo pa, pwede ka pa maglaro. Bakit ka tinrade, di ba? But if you look behind it also, sabi niya, business decision, San Miguel has to do that to get those picks, sila Raba, sila Noy, sila Ray Guevara, and kami yung ginibap. Then I have to work on things for me to sustain or mas magtagal pa sa career ko. Kasi I was on my 11th year, 12th year, and if mag-settle ako na ito pa rin yung klase ng laro ko, then in a few years I was traded, then and luckily gumanda ulit yung laro ko 2011, and I was given a chance by Coach Raiko at nakita na nila na pwede pa pala ako. And ang resulta was I was invited to a meeting sa first time ko sa Meralco. First time to nakita ko sila Coach Ryan, sila Mr. Panlilio, sila Mr. Ricky Vargas, and I remember talking to them. Nasarap sila and France and VP that they were trying to get me sa 2011.
Import ka nung Gilas 1, di ba?
Yes, Gilas 1. Nila coach, nila yung kay Coach Raiko, kasama ko sila Marcio, parang ganun, gusto ako ni Coach Raiko. So when I was traded, I wasn't bitter kasi na-experience ko na, nadaanan ko na na I wouldn't say na undervalue ka. I mean, they have to move on and ikaw yung pieces of the things that na mangyari, and you have to accept that. Yun nga, for you to grow is accept that and find ways to para mag-improve ka. And ang resulta napaganda kasi yun nga gusto nila kukunin sa Meralco or sa Talk and Text, and I remember nandun din si Coach Chat Reyes. And gusto nila ako kunin doon for Meralco to partner with Mac Macardona. So sabi ko, at 34 years old, I was offered this kind of guaranteed contract na for some, pwede na mag-retire eh. And I was traded early that year. Pero siguro sa na-experience ko early on na, again, hindi ko sasabihin na undervalue ka or hindi ma-appreciate. Nakikita lang nila doon and parang ganito, so you have to work on yourself, and yun yung naging resulta eh. And I guess kayo may experience nyo rin yan, may mga bashers kayo, bakit ganito pagkasabi ni Magug, di ba? Parang but you use that as motivation to get better, di ba Magug, di ba Chat, di ba? So ginamit ko yun, and yun nga ang resulta, kinuha ulit ako ng San Miguel. Yes, I got injured in the very first conference. So again, 34, 35 years old, na-injured ka ng ACL, pwede ka na mag-retire. Pero sabi ko, na-experience ko na to before, na-injured, nag-recover. So na-experience ko na rin na-trade, parang ganon, and recovered. So ngayon, na-injured, so maka-recover ako. So when I went to Alaska na, my last team sa PBA, and I accepted that role to be the sixth man, at yan ako, hinanda ko na yung sarili ko. And again, I experienced that in high school, I experienced that when I got injured, I experienced when I got traded, and yun yung nakatulong sa akin kasi I use it in a way na ito yung things to work on, things to improve on.
And Idol Don, it all began to sa formative years nga, no? Nung high school, and then nung college, nung nangyari sa'yo na bangko ka that game, you came back the following season, dun talaga sumabog na. This was before the paglipat mo pa na, pagsampa mo na si Cebu Gems, ano? Nung nasa UC ka pa, yun na yung pagsabog talaga ng pangalang Don Ontiveros sa Cebu, at least sa Cebu pa lang, within your community. Iba na yung nilaro mo that following year. Matapos ka mabangko, di ba?
So after that, siguro, ang taas ng kumpiyansa ko.
Nawawala ulit. Paulit, Don?
Well, yun, after that, the second year after, taas na ng kumpiyansa ko, and I was the only player from UC who played for a commercial team outside of UC, sir. Di ba, sir, Sun Pride?
Oh.
Sun Pride ni Coach Jerry Aratan.
Jerry Aratan, and I was a teammate of John Furrios. So, parang dapat kasi if you're playing for a school, doon ka lang maglaro talaga, and I was recruited, and sabi ko may allowance kami, nakatulong ako sa...
So yun talaga na parallel mo yung mga nangyari na sa'yo nung professional life. Ang aga pa lang kasi nangyari na sa'yo, kaya nung napagdaanan mo ng ganyang kaaga, yung kumpiyansa mo parang, may kailangan ka lang maintindihan, and then konting adjustment, and then huli na, Don.
Yeah, something like that. Tama Mago. Na-experience ko parang ganun. And yun na, when you ask me kung on my second or third year, so sobrang taas na talaga ng confidence ako kasi yun nga parang na ano ko na nakuha ko ba paano, and I was looking at practice. Nabasa ko to from Kobe Bryant. Sinabi niya yata to na missing practice is like missing math classes. If makamiss ka ng isa, hindi mo na matitrace yun. Kung paano yung before you go to trigonometry, meron ka
Yung kasunod.
Yes, di ba? If you miss practice, you miss math class, parang ganun. So I was looking forward sa practice, gano'ng kahirap kasi yun nga, the next day I will improve, I will get better. So
Sir Rico, during that time in Cebu, yung pangalang Dondon Ontiveros, was it just all over the place, yung explosion? Yung pagka ba naglaro si Dondon, parang lahat ng tao gusto makapanood ng live kagad. Kamusta yung eksena dyan sa inyo nun? During that time, bago pa mag-NBA.
Ito si AAA days na to. Again, you're talking about Dondon playing for what would be the underdogs. Okay? Because palagi kasing UV at Southwestern ang magiging malakas yan, 1 and 2. Then UC would all be number 3 and number 4 together with San Jose. So ang laban doon, pag UV Southwestern, palaging, sila na naman. So ang daming nag-cheer din sa underdog.
Buong Pilipinas, may lahat ng Pilipino. Sa dehadista tayo.
So sila doon din at the time, take note that yung team nila, actually, kumbaga kung ang UV at Southwestern are always souped up with the best talent, parang ang UC with more of the third level team, kaya lang may sistema nila kay Coach Jake, of course, the late Coach Jake, and Attorney Stenzo, the manager, may sistema siya to make up for the lack, quote-unquote, of talents and kumbaga, the loaded teams of Southwestern University and UV. So, Dondon would always be known. Ito, at that time, actually, we were covering on dating Sky Cable style pa, no? So, anytime Dondon had the ball, corner or wing tres, lahat ng mga tao, tres na yan. Yung
alam na.
Pero
Yes.
siguro si Rico, if you're talking about yung if matunog, ang pinakamatunog that time was Gilbert Dimape.
Well, also,
yes. Jordan of Cebu that time.
Parang rival mo doon.
Number 3, number 4, siguro yung CIT was 6th, sir, no?
Yes.
Pero crowd drawer, like when Jimwell was on his first year, Jimwell Torion was on his first year sa college, ang galing ni Jimwell talaga, ganun din si Dimape. Pero, ano ba sila? Paano mo i-describe, sir?
Kulang lang.
Bottom teams, di ba?
Yeah, at tapos kulang sa players. Kasi it was just the Gilbert Dimape show and others.
Yes.
Ganda, Jimwell Torion and others.
Pero,
yun, sila,
sorry.
sila doon naman, balance of talents lang, but not necessarily kasing talented ng yung mga UV at Southwestern. So yun ang nagiging breakdown ng CAA at that time.
So Don, kanina napahapyawan mo na you being part of the Philippine national team, di ba? The highest glory para sa isang basketballista sa bansa. But years before that, you also received one of the highest, on a smaller scale lang, a little bit, you've always been a proud Cebuano and you were able to represent Cebu. As part of the Cebu Gems, what did it mean sa'yo na yung suot mo is not just your school na lang, yung buong province mo na ang dala-dala mo?
Masasabi ko, swerte kami that time and kami yung nag-benefit. I don't know if it's true, sir, na ABS was trying to get the contract sa PBA and in-award sa iba, and they're trying to form a rival league. And then from there, 97, I tried out sa national team and narinig ko when I went to schools or narinig ko, they'll be forming a new league, somewhat like an NBA. So sabi ko, okay, hindi na ako kailangan mag-try out. Uwi na lang ako last year ko sa college. Ganun. So, yun nga, ako yung nag-benefit kasi it's Cebu Gems, the team owner is very generous, sobrang supportive, and para kaming artista, Jude, Magu, kasi may ABS-CBN network dito and like Manila, may newspapers and everything, we are covered. And even our trainings, parang gusto kaming interviewin. And siguro maisang game ka lang na maganda, parang sikat ka na eh. Di ba, Sir Rico? Di ba? Like, they'll make stories of where you start, of how you started. Parang gano'n, sabi ko, isang game na yun. Paano pa kaya pag makonsensya ka? Parang gano'n. And sabi, 97, siguro sinabihan na kami. Siguro itong mga players na to, pag tumakbo,
Matic.
front page kami. Pero again, and to represent your team, to represent the city, and really bringing the name of the city, pagdating mo sa airport, sinasalubong ka, ang sarap ng feeling eh. And yeah, para kaming artista talaga that time. And too bad we didn't win the championship on the first year. We were hyped nila.
Si Compton yan, no? Si Compton, ang nakalaban mo, Manila Metro Stars, at si coach mo, Alex Compton.
Alex Compton and
Napatawad mo na ba siya? Kahit
Louie Alan.
Napatawad mo na ba si Coach Compton nun?
well again, masasabi ko they were really alam na Coach Louie yung mga players niya eh. And they had role players that really know alam anong gagawin and kami mga bata pa parang gano'n. Hindi ko naman
Pero hindi biro yung mga nakatapat mo doon. Of course, the Manila Cebu rivalry on any level in any sport in any walk of life will always be there. Pero kayo dyan, meron kang versus Negros versus Iloilo, the Bisaya versus Ilonggo factor. Tapos merong Jan Periols do sa isa. And then wasn't Vince Season sa Iloilo?
Iloilo.
Si Dominic Uyba may pumapansin dati doon, wala naman. Tagabuhat ng bag.
Si Dominic he was a very good defensive player sabihin natin na
Lakas sa'yo ni Dom ha.
Nakikinig ko, hindi siya ganun kabilis tumakbo. Pero matalino. Gustong-gusto siya ni Coach Tunichi Ituri kasi nalilimit niya yung touches ni Matt Mitchell, our Pilam who was very dominant. Nalilimit niya yung touches. Siguro may mga sinasabi niya na naiinis si Matt Mitchell. Sabi ko, parang okay to si Dominic Uya. Alam niya anong ginagawa niya. And naging teammate ko pa siya sa Tanduay.
One question, bago tayo lumipat sa papuntang PBA, no? During that time, maiden season of the NBA, in your honest opinion, of course, John Ferriols ang nag-MVP, di ba? For the Negros Slashers. Pero malaking kontrobersya dahil Ato Agustin of the Pampanga Dragons daw dapat ang nag-MVP nun eh.
Or even Max Delantes.
Uy, nga pala, no? Ang dami pa eh, no?
Yes, statistically, Sir Rico, I think you would agree. Statistically, si Max Delantes he's averaging 20 in 10, but he's from Sock Surgeon and ewan ko, I mean
hindi ganun kabigat.
Parang I don't want to to go deeper on that, pero statistically grabe yung ni Max Delantes, but John Ferriols really playoffs, grabe yung pag-angat ng laro niya and he was unstoppable.
So, you guys took the nation by storm, took Cebu by storm with the Cebu Gems. Iba kinikwento ni Sir Rico yung palaging may mga powerhouse and then may mga dehadong susulpot-sulpot sa Cebu. Pero during that time, Sir Rico, when Don Don and the Cebu Gems represented your island, your region, your city, yung pride nyo should have been would have been at an all-time high.
Sobra. This is when the entire city would support. Like you said, sabi ni Don, pati media eh. Ito your typical, parang alam mo yung NBA style na yung buong media are supporting the team. But both ways. Pag panalo, okay. Pag talo,
Pako sa cross.
Ang dami. Lahat ako, kolumnista ako. Kumbaga, tapon lahat pag talo. But and also, hindi lang yan sa crowd. That was the only time, and ngayon I haven't seen it anymore, na yung crowd literally, when you say filled to the rafters, literally filled to the rafters. Scalping was rampant. Tapos ang daming pinapapasok kahit walang ticket. So kaya nga puno-puno yung Cebu Coliseum. And Cebu Coliseum was parang sauna yan eh. Walang aircon, sauna, kumbaga gano'n. And
this was the original Cebu Coliseum, not the
original
one, right?
Well, no, Cebu Coliseum. Tapos doon din nag-umpisa yung piso. Yung piso. So doon nag-umpisa. So unfortunately it happened. But that was all part of the fun, I thought. And that brought back that, yung rivalry, tas yung regionalistic fervor ng supporting the team.
But unfortunately, sige, Jack.
Well, yun nga. Cebu, of course, was... Kumbaga, yung unang possible na punta mo ng Manila, hindi natuloy with that injury you got with your sa arm mo. Pero hindi ma-deny ng Pilipinas yung talent ng isang Dondon Hontiveros. And eventually, you still found your way to break into the Manila or the national scene, a bigger national scene of Philippine basketball, and you entered the PBA. How was that decision to enter the PBA?
Well, alam din ni Sir Rico to kasi when I signed for the second season, I signed for 3 years. So supposedly, mag-expire yung contract ko with Cebu Gems 2001. Then, gumanda yung laro ko 1999 season and I felt it's time to move on sa PBA. And naalala ko lang in one of my times na mag-solo-solo ako, sabi ko, may sinulat pala ako when I was a 12-year-old kid eh. And then I met with Coach Tunichi, I met with Boss Danny Francisco, and sinabi ko, sir, it's really time to move and how do we go about it? And they said, sige, we'll talk to teams, parang ganon. And
they actually bought out your contract, Tanduay. And he came over to the PBA as a direct hire. Hindi po dumaan ang draft si Idol doon. Direct hire.
That was the last year, Mago. That was the last year na may direct hire. Kasi the next year, they have to go through the draft.
No.
And ako, takot ako sa draft eh. I mean, hindi mo alam anong mangyayari sa draft eh. Like, even if you're being talked about, pero iba pa rin mangyayari sa draft eh. And yun din yung parang ko lang mamaya. Kasi, doon ako naawa kay Manigo kasi sir, di ba? 2001 nagpa-draft siya sir pero he didn't try out to any of the teams. Inadvisean ko siya na Mike, you have to try out for one team kasi kung pumunta ka doon at makita ng coach na hindi ka pwede, then he can talk to other coaches. Magtatanong yan eh. So how was Mike Manigo? Parang ganun. So yun nga, kahit anong galing ni Mike Manigo, I believe he was at that level with Kagiwa, with JJ Helterbrand, sa galing ni Mike Manigo. But he didn't choose to try out or practice with the team leading to the draft. And yun yung nasabi ko minsan, or nasabi ko earlier, like there were players na mas magaling pa talaga sa akin, pero didn't try, or parang hindi man lang subukan kung anong masabi ng mga teams, mga coaches, parang ganun. Kasi they have this baka hindi paboran kasi Tagalog yung priority, parang ganun ba. So, sobrang marami talagang magagaling na hindi lang si Bon. Kasi kung nakita yon, magtatanong yung isang coach hindi ko kailangan ng point guard eh. Ito, baka pwedeng masabi na yun eh.
So, now you know that dahil sa lit nga ng basketball community. No? Pero at that time, na-realize mo na rin yun at pinapayo mo na din sana.
What was that? Ano nga ulit yung Mago?
And then, ngayon madaling isipin because sa tagal mo na sa basketball, alam naman natin gaano kaliit yung mundo ng basketball na all of these coaches talk to each other off the court pag hindi magkalaban. Pero at that time, alam mo na rin yun. Kaya pinapayo mo na yun dati pa, Don.
Okay, nawala ulit yung signal.
Yun na nga yung pinapayo mo, nag-chop. Yun na yung pinapayo mo dati pa, no? Kaya doon sa kay Manigo. Wala, ikaw naman, Jat.
Kuya Don, parang di namin masyado marinig yung yung audio mo eh. Pero
okay.
Ayan, better na.
Babagoyin natin. Nung pagpasok mo na ng PBA, Idol Don, Tanduay. Lintik naman yung lineup nyo nun. Grabe yung ang panapon nyo lang yata nun si Webb eh.
Dito, no, yun yung pagod.
Oy, birthday ka po noon. Happy birthday, Jason Webb. Pero grabe yung pinasukan mong team na yun na nasa Tanduay ka doon. Nawala ulit.
Idol Don kasi ikaw kasi yung pinunta ng mga fans. Hindi kami ni Mago at ni RD Rico. Medyo hindi ka daw nila makita. Sabi sa mga comments natin, ayan, baka may onting light dyan na pwede tayo lumipat. Pero alam mo, nakakatuwa Mago yung kinekwento ni Don kanina na he was also giving advice to his teammates. Minsan kasi hindi madali yan eh. Yung parang, minsan kasi tulad ng sinabi mo kanina, hindi lahat open sa constructive criticism eh, di ba? So some repel it. But it's easier actually to pass on advice to someone who's maybe a generation or two younger than you, lalo na kung next generation mo. And that's what we see with Don a lot nowadays. Dahil after, we know Don has retired from professional basketball and he might not be visibly coaching a team right now.
Pero gusto
yung coach.
Gusto ko si Don, si Suerte. Ray Anthony Suerte, di ba? Huli ko nakakwentuhan ng mahaba si Don sa 3x3 nung may dinala siya ditong Cebu team. Di ba, Don, nag-coach ka doon sa 3x3?
Yes, ano ba ang tawag? Coach, manager, or driver?
Hindi kasi pwede active coach doon eh, no? Pero ikaw yung handler nila eh, di ba?
Ano yan?
Sabi nga ni Jat, pagka next generation na yung pinapayuhan, tinutulungan mo, parang mas madali kesa doon sa mga parehong peers. Pagka nakikita ka ngayon na itong mga bata, katulad nun, yung team na dinala mo dito, dinala mo sa Manila para mag-compete to represent Cebu, ano yung dynamic nung, sabi mo nga, coach, driver, taga-bayad ng kagkain, ano yung dynamic doon?
Well, I just want them to reach their potential eh. And if I'm the tool, if I'm the person who helped them, I've done my part. Kasi may tumulong din sa akin eh. May nagbigay ng break. And then the only way to repay them, mga coaches ko, is to get those players that I think who are deserving of a chance, who have chance of making it big and help them na yun nga, marating yung pangarap nila na kaya kasi nasasayangan talaga ako sa mga kasabayan ko na hindi naabot eh. I guess sabihin natin na kontento or masaya na dito lang sa Cebu, maglaro lang ng mga pick-up games. Ayoko na may regret sila 5 years down the road, sasabihin nila, sayang no, kung nag-try out ako, no, parang gano'n.
Nakikita natin yan ngayon, Jat, I think isa sa pinaka-prominente or arguably pinaka-prominente, yung Ray Suerte.
Yes.
Hindi ganun katigas nung una mong pinakilala sa amin, Idol Don. Pero after weeks and months pass by, patibay laro ng bata, no, Jat?
Well,
totoo yan. Nakita naman natin yung improvement niya, no? Pero alam mo, Magu, si Don kasi may mga camp din yan sa Cebu. And he has helped a lot of young basketball players, has been a big figure, molded them. Father figure yan sa maraming mga manlalaro sa Cebu. Pero Don, alam mo ba, makakasama natin ngayon ang isa sa mga pinakamalupit mong estudyante. Isa sa mga matinding player na naturuan mo. Ito, kasama natin yan, your top student doon, yung talagang father figure ka nito. Kasi ang anak mo kasama natin, si Ice Ontiveros. Hi Ice, kamusta ka? Kamusta Ice?
Ice. Nasa baba lang siguro.
Ayan, narinig na tayo ni Ice. Kamusta Ice?
Okay lang po. Good evening po.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Sana kahit papaano na surprise ka namin doon. But we really wanted we wanted kasi to una sa lahat, let's say what's obvious, Magu, na kapag nagpo-post tong dalawang to sa Instagram, para talagang magkapatid lang, parang 2 years apart lang na magkapatid.
Before that, Magu, Jot, and Rico, no, I don't want to take credit sa improvement ni Ray Suerte. No? He's been that good sa college, like 3-time MVP, but he wasn't that exposed sa media, Sir Rico. Kasi when he was drafted sa D-League, I don't know if it was second or third round, pero nagyayabang na ako sa mga kilala ko. Tingnan nyo to, magaling to. Then, yun nga, yung choose to go 3-on-3, then D-League, then UAP. Nakikita ko na sa kanya na he'll make it big sa PBA, pero yun nga, I don't want to take credit sa improvement niya. Magaling na yan before pa. So,
pero ito namang bisita natin doon. Ito siguro pwede ka na mag-take credit kay Ice.
Yes.
I remember nakikita natin si Ice from before pa. Si Ice medyo payat na bata na hindi ganun katangkad. Ice, naka-mute ka ngayon. Oh. Pero isa bang pinayo sa'yo ni Idol Don, yung maglambitin ka palagi para magka-height?
No po, yun po yung pinapagawa niyo po dati sa akin kada tulog and pag bagong gising po.
Mukhang gumana naman, Ice, no? But
Naging mama na si Ice, nakakatuwa. Naging mama na.
Oo, tsaka nakikita kasi natin dati si Ice pag sa PBA talaga no, na how much you've grown. Pero Ice, I wanna ask you dun sa ano nyo, kumbaga sa father-son relationship nyo ni Idol Dondon, kasi nga parang para talaga kayong magbarkada, and it's really nice to see that kind of relationship between a father and a son. Siyempre, basketball siguro yung pinagkakasunduan nyo about everything.
Opo.
How is Dondon as a father?
As a father, very supportive po siya. Pero when you talk about yung parang as a father in terms of basketball or parang ganun, medyo stricto po. Parang gusto niya ganito gawin mo, or like may konting mali kahit hindi naman ganun ka na mali, pero i-correct niya pa rin kasi gusto niya makita na yun nga, yung gawin mo yung tama at kahit ano. So yun po.
So Ice, you of all people would know yung fine line talaga between yung pagiging father and pagiging coach niya. How do you balance ito? Pag nasa bahay kayo, minsan ba naisip mo, sandali, tatay mo na, hindi mo na coach. May mga ganong pagkakataon.
Medyo merong ganong times po kasi minsan after dinner or yung mga kakauwi lang po, tas parang yung kasama yung family namin, tas bigla lang po siya intro. Dong, halika dito. Panoorin mo muna tong video. Parang ganun po. Parang chillax lang ako sa bahay, tas biglang, ano na naman. Pero yun po.
Dito, naalala mo sir na yung napildi mi sa Twice to Beat against USP.
Yes.
And they were USP was down for double digit tapos natalo sa fourth quarter. So do or die 2 days after, sir, di ba? So ito nangyari, Jot, Mago. So nasa bahay na kami, nakahiga na siya dito, tingin ako sa kanya, siguro matutulog na. Sabi ko sa kanya, sir, di ba, nanamantay, meron ng di ba, video of the game.
Yes, correct. Live streamed also.
Yeah, I fast forward to that portion, sabi ko, Dong, if papagalitan kita sa next game, useless na kasi matatalo na kayo. Ipapagalitan na lang kita ngayon para you'll be prepared sa do or die. Ha? So ito yung mga ginawa niyong mali. Parang ganon. Ikaw na. Ikaw din. Parang ganon. I was really, tipin mo, sir. So, talo, hindi kumain, gustong matulog, hindi pinatulog kasi nanood ng video. So siguro mga 15 to 20 minutes na, ewan ko kung anong nasa pasok na, but I had to let it out for that night. Kasi hindi ko na magagawa sa practice Hindi ko na magagawa after that game kasi out na. Sabi ko, pagalitan kita ngayon para pagdating sa Saturday, nagawa ko na yung gusto kong sabihin. Parang ganun. And true enough, kahit natalo sila sa finals, pero that game against semis, pinagandaan talaga nila. And I didn't finish the game. Kasi gusto ko makita, third quarter, fourth quarter, sabi ko, yes, okay na. Umalis na ako kasi may event ako So, iniwan ko na sila, sabi ko sa team na nasa bench sila. Ito yung pinagandaan natin. When we started the first day of practice, ang goal natin is to have a chance to defend the title. Now we have a chance. So, parang ganun. Umalis na ako, inayaan ko na sila. Pero yun nga, I guess, that night, nung sinabihan ko siya, huwag ka muna matulog. Pagalitan na lang kita ngayon. Ganun, kasi hindi ko na So I don't know.
Advance mag-isip si Dondon.
This relationship between a father/coach would, I guess, ganito din siguro si Louie Alas with his sons, di ba? I mean, you have to really put on that challenge anak mo, knowing na may potential siya to get better, and yun. I guess yun nga, yung sabi ni Ice na medyo strict, pero I was strict.
But something I know, Don, is you're very proud of what Ice has achieved and what he has become as a man and as a basketball player. I also know that you're his number one fan. Ano yung pinaka-memorable performance ni Ice? For you, up to now,
I guess,
sa career niya?
Not the game It's how he conducts himself sa practice Kasi nung nakita ko siya, yes, nag-improve siya, but I guess nag-improve din siya on how he was leading his teammates. Ako nga lang na problema kasi dinadala niya dito, ako nagbabayad sa pagkain. He was really bringing his teammates na maging kapareho niya na hindi siya superior He treats himself teammates niya, mag-workout sila dito. So yun yung nakita niya, not the games, but how he conducts himself sa practice. And nakikita ko niya, he was a good teammate.
Ano laman ng freezer niya ngayon? Kami ni Jat ang imbitahan niyo dyan. Baka may mga steak pa dyan. Ikaw naman, Ice, sa dami, no? Dami pagpipilian. Anong favorite Don Ontiveros moment mo? Was it with Alaska, with San Miguel, with Gilas Pilipinas? Baka yung Cebu Gems, di naman siguro inabot pa ni Ice. Pero baka sa YouTube nakita mo. Pero anong favorite na moment mo, na Don moment?
Siguro po yung kasi yung San Miguel hindi pa po ako masyadong interested na manood ng PBA, so parang medyo bata pa po ako. Pero nung Alaska na po, doon po ako start na parang emotional ako pagka binabangga si Papo. Oh, yan Papo. Parang gano'n. So siguro nung rain or shine.
Yung rain
Naku,
or shine.
si Belga, nabibuisit ka doon, no?
Dati po.
Pero siguro, I don't know, yung lagi kong nakikita ko siya yung 5 3 points ako sa fourth quarter nung rain or shine Mago when the first time na nakapasok kami sa finals, the second time. Kasi nakikita ko si Ice noon naka-neon siya
Neon green.
Yung picture namin may kumuha maganda kasi nakita ko sa book niya, he was really proud kasi nakita ko nakataas na yung kamay niya when I was attempting the 3 points. Parang gano'n, nakita ko ang liit. Siguro, siya lang tinanong mo, pero ako, feeling ko, yun ang siguro na naalala.
Yan po.
Kinoach pa rin ni Don si Ice.
Oo nga pati sa question and answer, kino-coach pa rin. Pero Ice, syempre yun, di ba? Parang dati fan ka and again, Don is maybe, baka nga minsan 70% or 60% of the time he assumes the coach role. Pero what would you say is the best thing about having Idol Don as your father?
Him being parang experience po sa professional basketball kasi hindi naman lahat na given a chance na ganito na may dad ka na professional basketball player. So parang ako tinatake advantage ko na lang na kahit minsan pinapagalitan ako pero pinapakinggan ko kasi syempre alam niya yung sinasabi niya and nagawa niya na dati yung mga sinasabi niya. Kaya yun po. Yun po siguro.
Pero Ice, yung katulad tinatanong ni Jat kanina, hindi ko alam kung nadinig mo at the start. Yung samahan niyo pag nakikita nga yung mga post niyo, parang magkapatid parang magkuya yung dating niya, parang 2 years, 5 years older lang si Don. Kamusta yung dynamic na yun? Mas okay ba sa yung ganon?
Mas okay naman po. Mas parang comfortable po ako kasi yung nakikisali siya sa mga TikTok, yung mga ganun po.
May isa akong importanteng tanong. Stylist ba ni Ice si Don o stylist ni Don si Ice? Kasi pareho kayo usually ng ng fashion sense
Si Ice yung stylist. Judge.
It's really nice, no? Kasi minsan nga mahirap yung mahirap timplahin yan yung coach-father relationship doon, di ba? But you seem to have mastered it. You seem to have found a way. Si Sir Rico, I'm sure, with you handling a lot of kids playing in Cebu, marami ka rin pong naka-encounter na mga fathers who, yung support nila sa mga anak nila is 100%. And ako, I know this because somehow, ganun din yung dad ko before. Minsan talagang, minsan sumusobra, minsan pero with the intention na ipagtanggol lang yung anak nila.
Definitely, because in fact, I remember the first time I met Don with Ice. Ice, I don't know if you remember this. Bata pa kay Kaato. It must have been 7 or 8 years old when he entered a basketball clinic in Capital Parish.
Yes.
Bit ni Don si Ice. Yun, si Ice din niya maalala to attend a best center clinic.
Yes.
At that time kasi, underage si Ice. You must have been 8 years old or 7. Basta underage siya ng 1 taon. But going there, dahil matangkad na si Ice, may konting skills na, one of those na-exempt siya to be accepted even if, kumbaga, underage siya by 1 year from the minimum age. So that was the first time I saw him. Pero at that time, in fairness to Don Don, actually, ang ginawa ng Don Don at time, nasa bleachers lang. Pinapanood si Ice, tapos wala lang, cheer naman cheer. Because at that time, what coaching can you do kung 7 years old yung bata, di ba? So, of course, Don Don there, however, ang di natin nakikita, siya yung water boy, siya yung towel boy, siya yung driver ni Ice at that time. That's why I will never forget these guys from the first time I saw them.
Pero sir, nabasa din ako inyong mga columns, sir, na
Yes.
parent, you should be a parent pagdating ng kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't have to be coach kasi may coach sila. And
Yes.
that's one of your columns.
Yes. Thank you.
Ang hirap lang ng ganun siguro, di ba? May mga soccer mom, soccer dad na nakikipag-away. Kung coach ka na tapos parent ka pa, talagang todo away na.
Alam mo ako, I have to say, no, I'm thankful for my dad being my number 1 fan, and I'm sure a lot of young kids, no, are like that. I'm sure Ice also feels the same way. Ice, if hingi na lang kami ng one last message mo kay dad/coach Don Don.
Yun po, alam niyo naman po ito na super proud ako sa mga pinagagawa niyo po ngayon, especially sa quarantine and sa yung obligation niyo po as a counselor po dito sa Cebu. Super proud po ako and super thankful na yun nga po, yung mga kahit ilang years or mga 2 years na siya hindi po naglalaro ng pro basketball, pero ganun pa rin po yung pagtrato niya sa akin na kailangan, ito gawin mo, kailangan. So yun po, parang open to learn po ako palagi and open to listen kasi yun nga, marami pong tinuturo si Papa and sobrang thankful po ako.
And up to now, pag nag-1-on-1 kami, hindi pa siya nananalo mag-go-and-chat.
Hindi.
Siningit talaga ni Don Don eh. Just to let everyone know.
Grabe yung kondisyon ni Idol Don hanggang ngayon eh. Matindi pa rin eh. Pero ang balita ko sa nabasa ko, si Ice mismo ang nagdesisyon kung saan siya papasok ng college. Nag-guide lang si Don Don pero pinabayaan niya si Ice magdesisyon. Napakaganda ng iyong desisyon, bata.
Thank you po.
Wala nang mas gaganda sa desisyon na yun. Sa De La Salle, good luck sa Green Archers pag
Thank you po.
pasok mo. Maraming salamat sa iyong oras, Ice.
Thank you very much, Ice. Don Don, actually, marami tayong mga nanonood na nangangamusta sa iyo. We'll take a look at all of them, all of those comments later on. Babasahin namin para sa iyo. Pero meron pa tayong makakasama, Idol Don Don dito, na sobrang naglo-look up sa iyo as a basketball player, as a man who represents and leads Cebu, no? And so makakasama natin ngayon si Michael John Flores, isa sa mga fans mo. At kababayan mo rin, Don Don.
Ito si Michael John Flores of Poog, Toledo City. Kamusta ka, Sir Michael? Nakamute.
Okay lang po, Idol.
Hi, Michael John.
Hi po, Idol.
Ito si Idol Don Don Ontiveros. Matagal mo na ba talagang idol? Paborito mo na siya mula ng bata ka?
Opo, kasi dahil po sa kanyang shooting ability po.
Ilan na may edad mo, Michael John?
Ay, sir, I am 15 years old, 16 krong October 21.
Happy na rin.
Uy, advance happy birthday sa'yo, Michael John, ha?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Don Don, 15 years old ka.
Kaharap mo na ngayon, idol mo na si Don Don Ontiveros. May mga gusto ka raw itanong.
Opo, ang akwartang ipangutan ni Madol kung kanang itong iunsa nimong pag-abot ang imong mga naabot ron, like kanang imong mga award o kanang nganong og giunsa nimo pag-enter sa PBA, giunsa nimo pag-enter sa Gilas, kay isip simple ra nga taba niya nga nikalik lang nga ato nang naabot. Giunsa pa nimo pag-abot ang mga ato, Dol.
Okay, ang tinatanong na Jot Mago is paano ko raw narating yung mga awards, yung mga ganyan, kilas, and ano. And I think if you're focused on, kung i-focus rin mo Michael John, ang imong pinaka-end part, maglisod jud ka. But if you're trying to enjoy the journey, like going to practice, excited ka, even like for example, ang engineering student, dili man siya ma-engineer kung dili siya excited makat-on sa klase on a Monday, nga dili siya ganahan ika Friday, ganahan ako Friday kay weekend na. He has to go through that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday na Friday nga nag-enjoy siya, Michael Jan. And at the end of the week, daghan kog nakatunan, nisaka akong knowledge. The same also being a player, you're not thinking about, yes, you have that goal, but you have to enjoy the process of going that. Naingon sila, trust the process, but it's true. You have to go through that daily, brag ingon na to nga kapoy, para you find joy in that challenge every day na Michael Jan, like, unsa ka, ano kaya yung improvement or ano kaya yung dapat ko trabahuin ngayon so I can get better today, then do it again or more the next day. So at the end of the week, I'm a more better player than I was on Monday. So when I have that weekend off, I'll try to do some extra, and di mo na lang mapansin dyan, you'll be an excellent student, you'll be a friend na di-look up sa mga kaibigan mo kasi hindi ka gumigimik on a Friday night or ano, di ba? Kasi you're thinking on the weekend to rest and try to get better. Kasi Monday, there's another opportunity for you to grow and learn. Di ba? And if you do that consistently, di mo malalaman na you're invited to a national team or you're invited to try out for this team, or coaches will think highly of you kasi parang you look forward to that practice, you look forward to that opportunity to learn, and I guess maura na akong ma-advise ni Michael Jan if
Thank you kayo, Dol.
unsay mong goal ganahan jud ka mo improve, and I said it earlier, if you miss a practice, it's like missing ka ng math class, di ba? Lisod man jud kay na, behind naman ka Michael Jan, di ba? Unsa may pananing algebra or Pythagorean theorem, di ba?
Matigil ko dagis matin.
So behind na kay ka, di ba? So ayaw gid i-miss ang practice. You look forward to that. Unsa kay ko makatunan, no? And naamgay failures, Michael Jan. You'll experience that dili good. And failures will help you get better. Kay pareha sa ako earlier when I said nga wa ko gigamit, but I twist it and say, bitaw no, napaday ko'y angay improve. And I guess, I don't know if I answered your question.
Na-answer gini mo tanan ni Idol.
Na, magkita na tayo ka-birthday ni mo. Ha?
Idol?
Magkita tayo ka-birthday ni mo.
Ako, pwede ka Idol. Invite
Hindi mo kagawas, kay minor man ka. Di ba, Sir Rico, no?
Bawal yun.
Ato ni siyang bisitaon or
Toledo.
Toledo?
Kaya, pagkanindot na may kita-ana, Idol. Binahan ko na, Idol.
Naman ko na sila yung t-shirt ihatag. Ato daw.
Grabe na lang ito, Idol.
May follow-up question ako para kay Michael. Michael, meron ka bang nalalaroan na court ngayon na pang solo dyan sa inyo? Or, syempre, lockdown tayo or quarantine pa, di ba? Meron ka nalalaroan lately or wala?
Noon pong, pwede na po ba ako mag-Bisaya?
Okay lang.
Pwede.
Katong pag-unang yung sugunan nitong crisis, itong mga May pa, nagsugod kanang di na paduaan ng mga court. So kung tamura kog na gimingaw sa basket bisag kanang gina ko mag-training ba para bitog kanang nakay ma-improve. So ang akong gibuhat naman may gamay space sa mga tugkaran, naman may mga use nga mga tabla ba, plywood. Ako atong gihimong board. Ako man ako ang ring kay kanang bitong kuan sa electric fan kamurag pa round niya dola. Mo na ko gihimong ring. Nabi ko na moto.
Yan ang diskarte.
Resourceful.
Kanya ako ang igagaw kanang pagkakita na sa nga. Ay kabala ka Michael kay nakay ring sa mong garahe. Dalan ko niya kabilya. Lipaya din ako. Lipay din kayo. So, as kandi malasa, ang akong board, naguba man, nadunot. Moto, karon wala dyan ko duwa, mga duhan na tingin kabuhan ko ka training. Kaya tungod sa kaning board lagi sa kong ring.
Yay, Burag, Sir Rico, parang makahingi tayo sa MVP itong board at yun, di ba?
Kaya ka tinatanong, Idol Don, ano mapapayo mo sa mga, yun, walang sariling court? Ito, hindi ko masyado naintindihan, pero dumiskarte, may plywood,
Yes.
may electric pa na ginawang ring.
Yes.
Yung, at least, may ingenuity dito, nagawa niya ng paraan, ano? Pero for you to, it's been 6 months eh. And for the foreseeable future, nabasa ko, April pa yata magkakabaksin o baka next year. Anong pwedeng training na gawin just to keep up with the development of one's individual skills, Idol Don?
Well, ito nakikita ko sa training nila Ice with Dasal. You just have to have a space kasi yun nga, may Zoom online training sila with other players, may coaches sila. So they have to get yun nga for a day skills sila. Basketball skills. Yung isa training weights or yoga or even boxing. So ngayon with yun nga sa technology and pag maganda yung of course yung internet speed mas okay, it's the best time for kids to really improve kasi you have the whole day to get better. Yes, education mo and classes, but you have the whole day to really just stay at home, space. Kung may bola ka or even wala, you'll be more resourceful na yun nga to get those training and makikita mo sila online. Ang ano lang talaga is you just have to be disciplined kasi dami na rin games or kung ano ba yan mga distractions sa YouTube or saan, even Facebook. So you really have to be disciplined. And I would say I'll say this again, it's the best time to get better kasi may space ka lang, may internet access ka lang, may ano ka, get some training and yun, nagawan nga niya ng paraan yung ring or maano eh. And the same also with other trainings, makahanap.
Very nice nga eh. Magaling.
Don, bago tayo magpaalam kay Michael, siguro ano na lang ang maipapayo mo or if there's one thing that matututunan nila mo, they'll pick up from lahat ng pinagdaanan mo sa iyong career, what would you want it to be?
Well, siguro it's just looking forward to getting better every single day. Kung ano ba yan, if a student or kahit sino player or anong trabaho, you look forward to that day na mag-improve ka, get better, and kung passionate ka about that certain thing, kahit anong pagod siguro magagawa mo eh with that desire to get better. And yun nga, ewan ko, nasagot siguro yung tanong ni Michael Flores na if paano maabot, it's just enjoying the process. You may mga setbacks talaga pero you look at it in a way na makakatulong sa'yo, then you'll get better. And nasabi ko rin kanina, may mga bashers kayo, pero you get better by listening to them, di ba? Oo nga, no? Pwede ko pala improve to, di ba? Parang ganun. So, yun, I guess, more on that. It's just really enjoying that practice. And like kanina, Jud, tinanong mo ako if anong memorable game ni Ice, it's more on how he is sa practice na nakikita ko kasi hindi yun nakikita ng mga tao. And I think ganun eh. And before you perform on a higher stage, you really have to put in the work na walang nakakita eh. And
Thank you, Don.
Pagdating sa big games or kung ano man yan, it's na-experience mo when you're studying, when you're practicing kayo.
Hopefully, Michael, nakatulong sa'yo. Mga payo ni Idol Don.
Napakalaking tulong po talaga nun, sir.
Taon niya ka na mo, Michael John. Sama niya, ato lang ni hatag niya, Sir Rico?
Nakadindot.
Pwede kayo. Pwede natin. Gusto ka.
Unsa man ko number ato, Michael John?
Don?
Unsa number na ko sa Cebu Gems? So, pamadyo ka na tao to.
Ang paano ko gandol mag-7? I think 7.
Okay, naano mo na ganina, no? Surprise lang mo,
Wala pag yun, nakabalik na 7 yung number.
Uy, mukhang meron pang surprise sa'yo si Idol Don Don. Maraming salamat, Michael John, no? At sana nag-enjoy ka makipagkwentuhan kay Idol Don Don ngayon. Salamat. Huwag ka muna aalis, mamaya mag-uusap pa tayo. Pero, ayan, Magu, meron pa rin kasi tayong mga ibang mga nanonood na gusto rin mga musta, syempre, sa idol nila na si Don Don. Ito meron tayo, no?
Ang dami nating papasadahan dito, pero before all of that, binanggit mo ni number Don eh. Bakit number 7? And in relation, alam naman natin yung 25 parang 7. Bakit number 7 favorite mo?
Well, aside from yung pinakasikat na number ni Jaworski, close kasi ako sa side ng mama ko na magpinsan. 7 kami na magpinsan.
Of course, yung 25 offshoot ng 7, pero nag-24 ka rin eh, di ba?
Yes.
Air 21.
Air 21.
Diba?
21, yes.
May meaning yung 24 o hindi lang makuha yung 25 nun?
Kobe Bryant yata yun?
Yan! Yan! May papakwento tayo kay Don mamaya. Sobrang incredible na Kobe na kwento. No? Pero bago yun, pasadahan na muna natin mga questions.
Sige. Magbabasa ako ng mga comments ng ating mga nanonood, Magua. Sabi ni Rupert McSunday, we love the way Don played the game of basketball not only to represent his own hometown, his team in the PBA, but also his country. A true testament of how hard work pays off. His humble demeanor in and out of basketball makes us his fans in Mindanao. We love him so much. # Bisaya represent.
Bisaya represent.
Ayun, ang gaganda ng mga comment. Hello. Yeah.
Dami nag-hello sa'yo doon. Sina CM Moxley, Rhoda May Baton, good afternoon kay June, Chris Vincent, and etong si Rupert, binanggit mo na, no? Rupert
ito pa, meron pa mga nangangamusta dito, Magu. Sina Alvin Cabaluna watching from Macau. Si Martin Reyes, sabi, Idol Don, una kong idol sa PBA, watching from Manila naman siya. Probinsyanong Liki, thank you MYBL. Classic memories daw. Ang mga naaalala niya pagka sa kwentuhan natin kay Don. At sabi rin nung nag-hello kanina, si CM Moxley, Mr. Counselor Cebuano Hotshot, you've been my idol since grade school. Hanggang ngayon ay ginagaya ko pa rin po ang 3-point shots ninyo. Ayan. Magu, let's move on na ngayon dito sa isa nating gustong gawin with Don. Now, Don, this is something that we do with every guest that we have on the show, no? Nagpapakita kami ng mga litrato at gusto lang namin ng short reaction sa bawat photo na makukuha namin mula sa'yo. Ano lang ang pumapasok sa isip mo? Magu, let's start with this photo muna.
Ito, current.
Counselor Don, grabe.
Gisend sa mo, Sir Rico?
Nasa Facebook.
Nasa Facebook? Well, that was supposedly the new counselor, si Sir James Penco, portrait shot. When I learned of it, sabi ko, pwedeng makuha na naka-suit. So, yun lang. Naki-hitch lang ako niyan. Pero bagong
Pinatina mo ba yung bigote mo dyan?
Hindi.
Pronounce doon eh. Next picture natin, Jot, will be, ito yung binabanggit mo kanina, mga pinopost ni Don pag sila mag-ama.
Grabe, no? Grabe mga... Don, something that has stood out for me personally is your fashion sense because your fashion sense is that of a millennial talaga. Baka mas bata pa sa millennial, no?
So, pasado ba, Jot? Pasado?
Okay na, bro.
Ito mo naman, no? Nakabarong pero skinny jeans.
Pero kasi parang interesado na ako sa mga bikes ba. So nung nakita ko yan, sabi ko kukuha talaga ako nito and parang ganun. And yun nga, yung pormahan lang dyan, lang yan parang ginagaya ko kay Ice. Then si Ice, iba naman yung trend na ngayon. Pero anong tawag niyan? You feel good, you look good, and you play good. Tama ba dyan?
Yan.
Tama yun, bro. Kami ni Magu, lang kami, look good lang as much as we can. Yung dalawang iba, hindi namin nakukuha.
Etong next picture natin, Idol Don, ito I think, paborito rin ng napakaraming Pilipino.
Well, I guess, to be part of that team as yun nga, kami ni Asi, 38 years old si Asi was, I guess, 40 or 41. it's just if you again if you have that passion to help the team and yun nga wala kang pakialam kasi kayo alam nyo anong nangyari in the first game di ba? Na natalo tayo and
Ano yan? I think kahapon ang anibersaryo nun.
yes,
Palestine game.
Palestine.
Kahapon ang kahapon ang 5-year anniversary ng Palestine.
And marami tayong naririnig, di ba? Di ba? I'll just get a minute from here. I remember Coach Sab said, cut off those social media, it won't help. So doon ko nakita yung paano naging solid pa yung team. Nagtutulungan pa talaga, lumabas yung laro. May laro na si Terence Romeo, lumabas yung laro niya. And other guys just stepped up. And yun nga, unfortunately, hindi natin na alam na anong nangyari. Pero nakita ko doon kung paano ni-lead ni Coach Tab yung team after losing that first game. Ako, product kami of how Coach Tab helped us kami ni Asi. Na even on the latter part sa career naman.
Ako doon, nag-national team ka na before niyan, no? Pero that was my favorite Gilas doon. Grabe yung nilaro niyo doon. Your moments there. One question bago tayo lumipat. Luto o hindi?
Alam mo na.
Cooking show Cooking show yun Siyempre, nag-silver pa rin sila doon.
Saan ba kayo
Oo naman. Proud na proud pa rin tayo doon.
Saan nakaupo nun? Hiwa-hiwalay, di ba?
Grabe yun.
Oo nga
yun.
pala, no nga pala. Anyway, Don, let's move on to better memories tayo. Yan. Ito tayo sa mga positive memories. Ito naman, Don. I'm sure, isa to sa mga paborito mong pictures.
Well, ano ba? Kobe Day yun para sa akin. And I remember, hindi ako first five, so nagkasabay kami ni Marcio. Nandun si Kobe, sabi ko kay Marcio, no, let me guard Kobe. Sabi ni Marcio, no, I'm guarding Kobe. No, nag-anuhay pa kami kung sino yung bidepensa kay Kobe. So, ganun. I mean, I was really looking forward to playing him. I even asked for his autograph or picture the day before kasi ano pa mga PBA All-Stars pa yung kasama niya And sabi ko at the start of the game, nag-exchange ng bola and jersey. Sabi niya, can I have your jersey after the game? Sabi niya, yeah, sure. So after the game, lumapit ako sa kanya, took off his jersey, sinuot ko, then in-interview ako ni Dominic Oy, nakita ko na lang yung driver ko, ganun-ganun na yung sapatos kasi nakuha niya yung binato ni Kobe. So usually, after the game, ang driver maghihintay sa'yo. So, naghihintay sa driver ko for 30 minutes, pawis na ako. Sabi niya, Bart, grabe, iba pala feeling ng artista, no, daming nagpa-picture sa akin, ang gaganda pa, parang ganun.
Yun yung sobrang incredible na gusto ko pa kwento Meron ng memorabilia si Dondon from the floor. Akala, what are the odds pag hagis ni Kobe ng sapatos into the stands? Masalo ng driver niya.
Masalo ng driver.
Diba?
Sobra talaga. I mean, grabe, naghintay talaga ako for 30 minutes, literally.
Don, very quickly, Don. Nung game na yon, wala pa ako sa sports industry. Fan pa lang ako. So, nandun ako actually nun sa upper box B. Nakita ko yung driver mo, nakuha yung sapatos.
Buti hindi mo inagaw.
Patakbo na ako. Hinuli ako ng guard. joke lang.
Trending yung driver ko, si Butchoy. Pero yun nga, 6 days after, yun, binenta niya yung sapatos, nakatulong sa kanya. Ginoko nga siya, sana hinintay mo mag-send. Sabi niya, marami akong tutulungan parte. So, maganda.
Well done, Kobe obviously had an incredible career, sa buong basketball career niya. Pero ikaw din, antindi rin ang iyong naging karera, kaya lipat tayo sa ating next picture, Magu.
Kind of a bittersweet, sad day, I guess, nung lahat tayo ay nakabalita na this was happening, Don.
Well, the year before that, before I signed, sinabi na ni Coach Alex na parang kasi I remember when I was interviewed, sabi ko, before I retire, gusto ko talaga mag-champion ng All-Filipino and unfortunately, hindi nagawa yun. And Alaska was, again, very generous, giving me an extra year and I'm very thankful. And yun nga, pinagandaan. And when that happened, sabi ko, I still feel like I have, a little bit and I understand na things have to go forward and also opportunity for other players to step up. I mean, mag-grow yung players pag if sa kanila na talaga yung spot. And when lumabas yan, alam mo anong nangyari? Si Rico, Mago, yung lumabas yan, marami akong natanggap na text from both parties here sa Cebu. So pwede ka nang tumakbo. Parang gano'n.
Pero Idol Don, before you went into public service, nagbigay ka pa rin naman ng isang napakagandang taon sa atin sa Alab naman. Still representing the Philippines, di ba?
And maganda experience. I mean, nakita ko yung isa sa magaling na players in Ray Parks, and yun nga on the potential of Jimmy's coaching career, nakita ko, and magandang experience on I guess my 20th year professionally.
Ayan, lipat tayo sa next picture natin. Your thoughts on this photo? Don Hontiveros as a Cebu Gem.
Well, the start of sir, no, the start of something big na ako nagbe-benefit sa mga things happening na nagfi-favor sa akin. I mean, I didn't have to go try out sa PABL pa yun that time, Sir Rick, di ba? PABL pa. And marami kang competition. And again, napunta dito yung liga, and also the first coach was my last coach sa UC. So doon ako nabigyan ng break. Even if I got injured, fracture hand on the very first game and didn't play the first 3 months. Pero yun nga, yung paano ba yun? Yung universe work for it to happen, parang ganun.
Yeah. Oh. So Rico, quickly rin, we want to get your thoughts on what you remember kapag naalala mo si Don as a Cebu Gem.
Don as a Cebu Gem, crowd drawer yung buong team eh. But iba talaga pag local product. Alam mo yung galing Cebu na, yun nga, people knew. You'd be surprised, the ordinary fan knew that he played for Don Bosco, he played for UC, then Sun Pride also for the in the commercial, the Mika added. Tapos etong Cebu Gems. Iba talaga pag kumbaga I love my own. Kilala mo siya as a homegrown Cebuano representing the city. There's nothing like it, no, pag ganyan.
Magu?
Moving from the past, the Cebu Gems, into the future naman, ito yung picture nung mag-ama, Don and Ice. Medyo past dahil bata pa si Ice.
Ito yung siguro Father's Day to. I mean, Ice is not staying with me the whole week, but on weekends he stays with me, and yun yung tinitreasure ko every time. I make sure kahit pagod ka after practice and late ka makatulog, basta to spend time with Ice is the best investment.
Bigat din kasi parte ka nung pagbuo ng pundasyon para kay Ice. Speaking of foundations, Jat, etong susunod nating picture, isa din sa mga logo naman ng UC.
Well, sobrang thankful kasi binigyan ka ng break, and you develop those relationships sa mga magga-guide sa'yo, magmo-mold, like yung mga coaches, and also yung managers, attorneys, but also the bond that I created with my teammates na ngayon, iba, naging staff ko, naging part ng mga camps ko, and like they said, yung mga nakasama mo sa high school and college would be your, I don't know if it's your lifetime friends. Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, sige. Next photo naman natin, si Attorney Augusto Go.
Well, sobrang supportive ni Sir. Hindi ko na masabi, even the campaign. Pero at the start, really was very generous, and yun nga, tinutulungan ako. Even sa mga pinsan ko, like sasabihin ng pinsan ko, pinsan yan ni Don, parang ganun, so tutulungan, mga ganun ba. So, I guess when na-represent mo yung school and appreciate nila, and hindi ka mahihiya sa pag kailangan mo ng tulong, and they're just there to help you out. And malaki daw tiwala sa akin ni Sir sa public service, or hopefully I'll live up to that bill.
Don, before we show you the last picture, talked about public service, pagtiwala. Gaano kalaking bagay yung mga nagtiwala sa'yo and yung naging disiplina mo all throughout your basketball journey to prepare you for public service like this?
Siguro, yun nga, na-experience mo yun yung mababash ka, or hindi ka hindi ko naman hindi sa ma-appreciate. Yung parang yun nga, ma-experience mo yung mga negative and you turn it to something positive. And yun yung nangyari sa akin during the campaign. May maririnig akong hindi maganda, pero you know yourself, alam mo yung mga pinagdaanan mo, and as long as your intentions are pure, wala kang iniisip, yun yung goal mo eh. Yun yung parang kumbaga compass ba. If you're directed to that belief na makakatulong ka, rank number 1 ka, rank number 8, and if mangyari mabigyan ka ng opportunity, then you have to prove it. Parang ganun.
And our last photo doon is this one. Ang logo ng Don Bosco Cebu.
Alam mo, Jud, anong meron sa inyo? Sa Makati, iba, di ba? Ano sa
Oo,
inyo?
iba. Meliora Eligo.
Anong meaning?
I choose better things.
Okay. Arduan ng Temyo is fear no hardship. So, kung anong hirap yan, you really, okay, it will get me better. It will help me get better. So, yun yung Arduan ng Temyo sa Don Bosco, fear no hardship.
Ayun. All right. Thank you, Don Magu.
Grabe. We're overtime na naman. Hindi pa natin natapos ng tuluyan talaga yung kwentuhan with Don. Pagka ganito klaseng personality, Sir Rico, napakahirap, RD Rico, na isiksik. Dapat 1 hour lang tayo to 1.5 to 2 hours tayo. Pero ang hirap isiksik sa oras, RD Rico?
Definitely. Sabi ko kanina, kung Cebu pa lang ang pag-uusapan kay Don, 1 oras na yan. That's another 1 hour for the Manila time. 1 oras pa for his public office. But it goes to show that kind of respect that Don has. Now, wherever he goes, like I said, nung tumakbo nga siya for public office, wala. Kaya nga number 1 eh. It's so easy. There's nothing you see against him. He's very lovable, very approachable. Ito nga, sasabihin niya, punta tayo sa birthday ni Michael John Flores. Malamang matutuloy yan if I know Don. Plus, of course, the sports community, the basketball community has not forgotten. Although naglalaro pa ng Panalayan, he still continues to help us. No? He continues to help us in the youth leagues, especially the youth leagues natin.
RD Rico, kami dito, not to get too political or anything, pero nung nabalitaan namin na Don wanted to serve, andali, automatic parang, one of the good guys. He do good. I'm not your voter, hindi naman ako rehistrado sa inyo, pero alam mo kagad na he's one of the good guys. He would do good in that position. Ikaw, Jat.
Kung nandyan lang ako botante, binoto ko na si Don dun. Alam na yun.
Yung balita ko nga, gusto mo mag-flying voter papahuli ka namin. Pero,
Magu, this was really, this was really a fun episode, no, with Don.
Kahit nabitin na tayo sa oras, hindi pa tapos kwento. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Idol Don, for the past couple of hours.
Thank you also. So wala na tayong prize for the I'll just give it to Michael Flores.
Yes.
Good. So
meron tayong mga Gilas shirts, di ba? Namimigay tayo
weekly. Meron pa naman tayong Don, mga ipapamigay pa rin sa mga fans mo na tumutok ngayon. And Magu, you have the names, no?
Eto. Gilas shirts to, no? I guess. Congratulations kay Rupert Maxunday or Maxunday. Kay hindi ko alam kung paano yung pronunciation Kay CM Moxley. Ito yung nag-comment kanina. Alvin Cabaluna. And si Provincianong Liki. Magpapadalang message sa inyo ang ating team dito sa Idol Talk. And kay Jesu Digal. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtutok at sa pagsubaybay dito sa Idol Talk, lalong-lalo na. Paborito nating lahat, Don Ontiveros, ang ating bisita ngayong Sabado, Jat.
Oo, and Idol Don, we really enjoyed yung kwentuhan natin. We know you're a busy man. We thank you for your time at hihingi na lang kami ng isang huling mensahe para sa mga gusto nating i-inspire, syempre, na kabataan, mga naglalaro sa mga liga natin, of course. You can address them in Bisaya, pero what's your advice to the youth playing basketball natin?
First, thank you, kasi dahil napatagal yung conversation natin, may reason ako na hindi makapunta sa meeting namin. So, may reason ako na hindi makapunta or malate. Pero kidding aside, yun nga, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and And I guess yun yung gusto ko na goal eh. I mean, I'm just an ordinary kid na yun nga nabigyan ng chance, took advantage of the opportunities sa training, sa practice, or sa studies, parang ganun. Yun nga, if you make most of what you have right now, kung ano yan, mabigyan ka ng malaking opportunity, then can handle mo yung maliliit na bagay. Eventually, magkakaroon ka ng time na ganyan din. Ang sa akin lang, siguro na-mention din to ni Roger Sir Rico, no? Ordinaryo na ano din kami. I mean, siguro ordinary kid doing ordinary things extraordinarily. Tama ba, sir? Diba? We took advantage of those times na hindi namin tingnan na kami yung pinakamagaling. If you think of yourself as pinakamagaling, then wala ka ng room for growth. You always think of things to get better, be it a student or a worker or kung ano man yan. And babalik na lang sa'yo kung ano yung ano yung ininvest. So yun, invest on good things, invest in yourself, and yun nga, mabigyan ka rin ng opportunity to make a difference. And I'm just siguro sharing this kasi may nag-influence din sa akin, may nag-inspire, and hopefully we can do the same also. If may nag-inspire na grow sa ano namin, sa example namin, then they'll do it the same pag sila naman yung nabigyan ng opportunity.
Speaking of inspiration, Don, not just for the last 2 hours, again, I would personally want to thank you for entertaining us with your talent all throughout these years and inspiring people. Yung inspiration na binibigay mo sa mga tao, mas importante pa yung kaysa sa entertainment side. Unang flash yung entertainment, but once people get to know you and your story, yung inspiration na dinadala mo. Maraming salamat, Idol Don.
Thank you. But I guess, again, I won't take credit. There were some people who influenced me good things, and I'm just sharing kung ano yung na-experience ko. Ako lang siguro dahil that time, tayo yung nakikita, tayo yung may media publicity, but sabi mo, mga teachers dyan, hindi yan napapansin eh, pero they were, yun nga, very influential.
Jap?
Ayun, well, gusto ko lang magpasalamat ulit, Magu, sa lahat ng nanonood. Thank you kay Idol Dondon, thank you kay Michael John, thank you also to Ice na sumama sa atin, at maraming salamat din po, Sir Rico. And unfortunately, dito na muna magtatapos ang isa na namang episode ng Idol Talk, Magu.
Ito nga po ang inyong Idol Talk. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Idol Talk is of course presented by the MVP Sports Foundation Incorporated, the MVP SF Youth League. Chairman natin syempre MVP President Al Panlilio, ang ating Executive Director si Coach RG, and Community Sports and Youth Development Program Director Attorney Oscar Moreno Jr. in partnership with the SBP, the Cebu Landmasters, the City of CDO, Cebu City, and of course, powered by Smart. Next week po, pwede na natin divulge, RD Rico? Pwede na. Next week, 4:30 ulit, Sabado, ang ating makakasama. CDO side naman tayo, Idol Gio Halalon ang kakwentuhan ng inyong Idol Talk. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat.
Thank you, Sir Rico.
Thanks, Don.
Michael John, surprise na
Thank you, Dol.